This is day 2. Day 1 was a bust. Okay, I have come back to Piney Falls for day 2. It's a little colder this morning. It's about 26 degrees. I invited my friend Phil Thatch with me, and he's way over there somewhere. Okay, I left him over there. I've come to a different area. Today, I'm doing things differently. Number one, I cleaned my polarizer filter. It was foggy and dirty for this 46mm lens. I'm using the Z50 Mark II with the 16-50 kit lens only. I did not bring the 14-30 back with me. I wanted to use the Z50 Mark II in a landscape situation to show everyone that is a very capable landscape camera with the 16-50 kit lens. We are down here at the Piney Falls State Natural Area in Grandview, Tennessee, and I'm going to set up a little bit of a composition right here. Now there's a tree branches right there at the bottom of the fall, so I'm going to try to maneuver in between that and that to try to get that out of my frame. Unfortunately, there's a tree branch hanging over the top of the falls, but for this composition, it is what it is. So, in addition to that, I'm going to show you what I brought. Just one second. Alright, I want to show you my setup that I'm doing today. I'm carrying the Z50 Mark II on my camera strap while I was hiking here. I brought my Wandered 9-liter sling bag. I have my Ulanzi Komen travel tripod mounted to the bag to carry. Yesterday I was carrying my tripod. This is a K&F Concept BH28L ball head that I have attached to this tripod. And a big surprise, okay, so I had to carry my camera on the strap because, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I brought my DJI Mini 4 Pro drone with me, and I'm thinking about doing some drone video while I'm here. Anyways, this is a lot better setup than what I had yesterday. I was hand carrying my big Leo photo tripod. I didn't have my walking stick with me. I was around slippery rocks and all that good stuff. So I went home, rethought my situation, cleaned my polarizer up real good on this camera, and today I decided I was going to do this video all over again and chalk yesterday up to nothing. And again, I'm just using the Nikon Z50 Mark II and the Nikon 16-50 3.5 to 6.3 kit lens, and I have a Tiffin circular polarizer 46mm. So we're going to do some photography right now. What's nice about this sling bag, it has a place that you can attach this tripod to carry. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to accomplish landscape photography that I like to do with minimal camera gear. I have a Nikon Z8, I have a Nikon D500, I did have a Nikon Z6 II, which I just recently sent over to MPB to sell because I didn't think I really needed that anymore with the redundancy that I have having the Nikon Z8. I'm gonna get my tripod level here as best as I can. Now this is a travel tripod. It's not as sturdy as the Leo Photo, okay? I'll put a link in the description if you want to see what this tripod is. I've had it for quite a while. So I'm gonna get my ball head set real quick. I think you can see me. Let me turn the camera just a little bit. There you go. I'm gonna get my ball head kind of set and ready. And today, I remembered to put an Arca Swiss plate on my camera. I did not have one yesterday. I had to improvise. So we're going to attach the camera here and check on some compositions. So let me show you the camera and I'll tell you what my settings are going to be. I like this flip out screen on the Z50 Mark II. It keeps me from having to bend down and look in the viewfinder and all that kind of stuff. So I have my white balance set for cloudy, and normally when I'm shooting scenes like this, I use, get that focus there. There you go. Normally when I'm shooting scenes like this, I will shoot with a cloudy white balance. You can always adjust that. I shoot raw. I am about a third of a stop underexposed at 1/2.5 seconds, one half a second, 0.5. I don't know how you say that. I'm using an f-stop of 5.6, ISO 100. One more thing, since I am on a travel tripod and not a sturdier tripod, I have my delay set, and I got it programmed right here in my menu. If you can see it, it's this option right here. I've got a 2-second exposure delay set, okay? I'm not doing any bracketing shots just yet. Okay, that was the first shot of the day. Not bad from the little Z50 Mark II. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on exposure bracketing and do a bracketed shot, because at the very top of the waterfall, the sky is really bright. There's no clouds in the sky today, but it's really bright up there. And we are actually down here pretty early trying to beat the sun, because the sun does come in to this gorge down here about 11 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to turn on bracketing. So I have the bracketing feature is set up in my eye menu. I've got it highlighted right there. I'm going to click on that button, say OK. I'm going to turn bracketing on. Let me do that again. Turn bracketing on. We're doing a auto exposure bracketing. Okay, that's set. I'm doing 3 frames. I'm going to go ahead and do a 1.7 increment. Now, there's one other thing you got to do, okay, for this camera, and I'm going to show you what it is in just a minute. I'm going to change my release mode to self timer and set it for 2 seconds for 3 shots. That means when I press the shutter button on the camera, it's going to take all 3 photographs at one time. So let's have a look and see how that happens. That's all 3 shots right there, and we're going to take a look at those in the computer right now. Now, yesterday when I was here, I was trying to do bracketed shots. The camera would not do them. The exposure wasn't changing. I didn't know what was going on. I had to go home and research it on the internet. There is a setting in the Z50 Mark II that I have never seen in any other Nikon cameras before. And I'm going to put the camera on the screen, and I'm going to show you what that setting is in the video right now. I could not find it yesterday. I have never seen this setting before. Alright, Phil and I have made it to the bottom of Piney Falls. You can see Phil right over there getting set up to take a shot. And this is what it looks like from the bottom, right there. And we're going to take some photographs right here using the plunge pool as our foreground interest. This time of year, there's not a whole lot of foliage or anything. This particular plunge pool does not have a lot of rocks in it. There are some that we could probably work into a composition. But right now I'm just going to try to do a straight-on shot of the plunge pool. Now, there's a couple things I'd like to talk about right now. First, I want to mention a few things about this camera. Number one, the 46mm thread on this 16-50 kit lens is a little bit cumbersome to use. It's a really small ring. I may consider getting rid of this lens and buying the new 16-50 f2.8. One of the reasons is it has a bigger filter threads, and I believe there's 62mm on that, which my standard case Wolverine magnetic filters would work on that. My problem with this lens is I cannot find a 46mm to 82mm adapter that'll go direct to 82mm, because that's the size of my case Wolverine threads. I can find 46mm to like 62mm and then jump up again, but that's 2 adapter rings, and you know, I really don't want to fool around with that. So what I may do is just upgrade and change the lenses on that. We'll see. And another pro tip I want to give you, especially when you're using a travel tripod or a tripod that's not very sturdy, you don't have to extend all the legs out. On this particular instance, I've got the lower legs retracted, and I'm very deliberate and very careful when I set up my tripod to make sure it's very sturdy, make sure the camera is on there securely, and I go ahead and level the tripod head before I attach the camera. You don't want to be using a tripod like this and your camera fall in the water. I love having this flip out screen, and I just went into the menu system and changed the touch controls on that, and let me show you in the video how I did that. So by changing the touch controls, I'm able to touch the screen now to move my focus point instead of the little D-pad thing over here. Now I just took a shot with the polarizer dialed in of this composition right here. I'm going to show that to you in the video right now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a vertical shot. That's another thing about the Z50 Mark II. You can get quality L brackets from Kirk, Really Right Stuff, for all the other Nikon type cameras. The D500, the D850, the Z8, all that, Z6 II, all those cameras. But none of the companies that I have found make a specific L bracket plate as of today for the Z50 Mark II. Maybe I should go search again. Maybe somebody has by now, because it was over a year ago when I bought this camera and was looking for an L bracket. I buy an L bracket for every one of my cameras that I'm doing landscape photography with. This one here, you have to get a three-legged thing one. It doesn't quite fit exactly right. You can't use the flip-out screen all the way. You can't get it all the way a 90-degree angle. So it works, but it's just okay. So in this instance today, I just have an Arca Swiss plate on the camera. I'm going to have to flip the ball head down vertically to get my vertical shot today. Now before I flip this head down vertically, I'm going to take the camera off the tripod. This is one advantage to having an L bracket. All you got to do is remove the camera and turn it, okay? Well, in this instance, I'm going to have to drop the ball head down. I'm actually going to have to move my ball head to do this. So let me put the camera strap around my neck. That's one of the reasons I bought the camera strap today. I'm going to drop the ball head down and rotate the ball head to the side. Now I can attach my camera vertically, okay, and adjust it. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Be very careful when you're doing this, okay? Hold on to your camera. Make sure everything's really tight. One of the problems with doing it this way is you're out of balance, okay? Your tripod is no longer balanced because your camera is hanging off to one side like this, okay? We're going to turn the camera on so I can see if I'm level, and I am not. A little more difficult doing a vertical shot with this camera like this. Okay, I'm tightening the ball head up. And it's not too bad, but I need to adjust my polarizer. So I got my flip screen off to the side right here. I'll bring you a little bit closer in a minute. Let me dial in my polarizer. Try to get some of that reflection off the water. And I'm going to adjust my shutter speed for, again, 1 over 2.5, however you say that. I'm going to go ahead and focus. And I'll take a photograph right here. That's a nice shot, okay? It has a little bit too much sky for my liking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the camera down a little bit, okay? You get that sky out of there. Let's see, that's the wrong button. So it's very hard, it's very cumbersome to work with this way. Let's see, I need to turn this. How am I going to do? I got to loosen the ball head to do that. See, I wouldn't have to do that if I had an L bracket. So I'm working very deliberately here. Let's go that route like that. And turn it this way. I'm going to focus on the waterfall again, because I really don't have any foreground interest where I have to do any focus stacking. Okay, let me see what I got here. And I'm going to show you that in the computer right now. That's number 7159. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the camera up to bracket this shot, and then I'll show that in the video also. Now this is working a lot better than yesterday. I had too much stuff. I wasn't set up right. It always pays to sit at home and plan your photography trip. And after I left here yesterday, I went home and looked at the photographs I had. I was not pleased with the outcome. I decided to make some changes, and that's what I did. My main goal with this video was to show to you that you can use a inexpensive APS-C camera. It don't matter if it's Nikon, Canon, or who it is, with a very good lens on it. And the 16-50 Nikon 16-50 kit lens is a very good lens. It has VR. It has VR in it. I know the Z50 Mark II does not have in-body stabilization, but man, I'll tell you what, I shot for years with film cameras, DSLRs that did not have IBIS, okay? My first IBIS camera, I believe, was the Z6 Mark II. That's the first camera I had that had in-body stabilization. When you're shooting with the wide-angle lens, you don't need that stabilization, okay? You don't need that, and you don't need the focus stack either, because the depth of field is really large on a wide-angle lens. Anyways, just sitting here talking, sitting on a rock, talking to you, looking at the waterfall. Okay, I just got done with Phil Thatch down at Piney Falls, and had a very good day today. It's always a pleasure to hike with Phil, and we had a pretty good conversation. I'm going to post a separate video on that conversation here on the channel, and we'll do a collaboration with Phil, that way he can post it on his channel too. But we had a conversation on the way back, about 20 minutes or so, about photography that you might be interested in, and I'll put a link to that video in the description if you can't seem to find it on the channel. Anyways, had some good photographs today, a lot better day than the first day. Appreciate y'all being here. My name is Ron Durant. I do photography as a hobby. I live in East Tennessee, and today is January 4th, 2026. We'll talk to y'all later. See yous. Bye-bye.